Hello guys and welcome to the Oddspedia channel. I'm gonna talk today about Sure Bets, a betting strategy that everyone should take a look at because it can give you great profit and a betting term that of course you should know. Besides, I will also tell you about the cons of using Sure Bets and I will explain you to use a tool of Sure Bets. Everything now. Let's start defining what Sure Bets are, in case you don't know yet. Even if you don't believe it, there are many cases in which you can place your bets and be 100% sure that you are gonna win. This is why these bets are called, of course, Sure Bets. So we have a tennis game and you can bet in favor of one tennis player in one bookie and back the other tennis player in another bookie, knowing that regardless of the outcome, you will make a profit. Later, I'll show you with an example what I mean. Sometimes you can also hear naming Sure Bets as arbitrage betting. This is a financial term actually, meaning taking advantage of a price difference between two or more markets. Basically, what we are doing when placing Sure Bets. Spotting Sure Bets by yourself is basically impossible. You need to go bookie by bookie and compare all the odds until you find the holy grail. So you need a tool, basically, like the one offered by Oddspedia. Let's have a look at it. As you can see, there are dozens and dozens of events every day with Sure Bets, but do not get overwhelmed. Life is easy. First thing you want to do is to check that you are seeing Sure Bets offered by bookmakers in your country. For that reason, checking here. As you can see, you can select your country and automatically you'll only see licensed bookmakers there. For instance, now I select the UK and I will only see licensed bookies in the UK. Or now I select Italy and only Italian bookmakers will show up. That will assure you that you will be able to create legally an account with them and place your bets without any hassle. Now it's time to check the Sure Bets themselves. We have a very long list here, so let's pick up as an example, for instance, this darts game between James Wade and Glenn Durant. If we click in calculate, we'll see the details. The profit we can get here is 2.44%. So if we bet 100 euros, we get a guaranteed profit of 2.44 euros. Here you can see exactly all the details on how to place your bets. We are using the market Asian handicap minus 3.5 and we need to go to Betway with a stake of 51.22 and the return would be 102.44. Also, we have to go to Betfair and place a bet of 48.78 and you will have a return of 102.44 euros. So as you can see, with your bet, 100 euros bet, you will have a return of 102.44 euros, regardless of who wins your bet. This is basically how you spot Sure Bets. Because we have so many events, I strongly recommend you to use the filters we have available. To start with, before, we used an event with only two outcomes. In general, to be honest, I prefer to use them because you need only to go to two bookies instead of three. And placing your bets is easier. But you can also find Sure Bets with three outcomes. For that reason, we have in our filter here the box to tick whether we want 2 or 3 outcomes. As you can see, there are much more events for 2 outcomes and again, it's easier. But you also have the chance to bet with 3 different outcomes, of course. This depends on you. Before, we saw an example of a darts game, but we can also choose our desired sport. Perhaps you feel more comfortable betting on football. So it's up to you to find football and see the games. We have here games of the Romanian League and the League of Kazakhstan. But don't think that we only find Sure Bets in non-well-known tournaments around the world. This is not always the case. Now, for instance, let's switch from football to basketball. And as you can see, we found some Sure Bets in NBA games and in EuroLeague games. Just filter your desired sport and you'll find only events for that. Another interesting filter you should check is the profit percentage. In general, Surebets profit is low, around 2 or 4%. So you need to place high stakes or place many Surebets to make good profit. So you just need to drag the bar to see events with Surebets with your desired profit. As you can see, we can play around until seeing events with the profit that we want. Easy, right? And then we have a last filter that it's also very important. One of the downsides of Surebets is that we need to have accounts and money in different bookies. Actually, to make it worthy, probably you need accounts in several ones. Here you have a list of the bookies available in your country. In this case, I have selected UK. So you see the list of legal bookies in the UK. And you can tick the box to see Surebets with these bookies. Probably you want to select the ones that you already have an account with. So let's see if we have Surebets with the bookmakers in which I already have an account. Betfair, NetBet, Novibet and MarathonBet. And as you can see, I'm quite lucky because I can play Surebets in these 4 games, including Chelsea, Porto in the Champions League. And I'm a big football fan, and as I told you, sometimes we can also find Surebets in huge events. So there are so many options and opportunities to take advantage of the Surebets. Now you know that you'll have a guaranteed profit no matter the outcome of the event. However, I have to say that there are some cons about using Surebets, and you should be aware of them. First of all, you'll need to create accounts and deposit funds in several bookmakers. As you've seen before, the more, the better, as you'll have more opportunities to place bets. Second, bookmakers don't like Surebets. It's legal, yes, but they don't like it because you'll make profit in the long run. So if they spot you making Surebets, they will limit you or even cancel your account. So be careful. If you've just opened an account with a bookie, they'll flag you if you start placing bets with really high stakes or if you are constantly winning. However, it's not easy for them to spot Surebets players, to be honest. So don't worry that much. Third, be quick. Odds fluctuate every second. The basis of Surebets is taking advantage of the price difference between 2 bookmakers. Our tool updates every 15 seconds, but if you take a lot of time since you see the odds until you go to the bookie, register, place funds, place your bet, etc., it's very likely that the odds have changed in the meantime and there is no Surebet anymore. That's why you should already have an account and funds in several bookies, and don't waste time doing that. Then, of course, double check the odds before placing your bets and be sure that it's exactly the same as the ones shown by our tool. Then you'll be certain to have a Surebets with you. Fourth, profit is usually low. As you can see, most of the Surebets give us 3 or 4% profit. It's a guaranteed profit, so we cannot complain, but it's more like a low risk investment, whereas classic sport betting would give us higher returns, but of course also higher risk. So be patient, you will get profit in the long term. So now you have all the info about Surebets or arbitrage betting. You know what it is, how to use a Surebets tool, and the cons of using this kind of betting strategy. Now it's up to you to use Surebets in your benefit. Let me know here in the comment section what you think about Surebets, and of course, click on the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to our channel, and click on the bell to stay up to date about all the info regarding betting. We also have more tools. If you are interested in value bets, click here and I will show you also our value bets tool. And please keep following the Oddspedia channel.